Last week, we got our season off to the best possible start with a massive 4-0 victory against a very scary opponent in Padel and the Glasgow Gliscorers.
Yes, get in! That right there is the game. Good game, Padel.
This week, I'm fucking terrified. And the reason I'm so fucking terrified is because for week 2 of the PDD, the Solihull Skarmoors will have to face off against Blazeman and the Winchester Medichams. Now, Blazeman got his season off to one of the best possible starts with a massive 3-0 victory against a very scary opponent, and will be looking to use that momentum to snowball the rest of their season out of control. Standing in their way, myself and the Solihull Skarmoors. Will we be taken down by this hyper-offensive team, or will we manage to stand up against the oncoming tide? There's only one way to find out. Welcome to week 2 of the PDD. Now, before we get into the team builder and all of the battling shenanigans, I actually have an announcement. And that announcement is, this video is going to be sponsored. For the first time ever on the Onesie Bennett channel, we have a sponsor. And that sponsor is going to be Wraith Energy. Now, myself, I used to drink quite a lot of energy drinks, and I always found myself having the worst sort of caffeine hangovers at the end of them. The crashes were ridiculous, and I didn't really like the taste of them very much. But myself and the little community that I call home with my friend Flowadosh have been drinking Wraith Energy for quite a while, and I have to say it is some of the most delicious energy drinks I've ever had in my life. I've just really enjoyed them. So yeah, I've been trying the cherry and lime, which I think is absolutely delicious, and I know some of the other flavours have been absolutely hitting it off with Flowadosh and the rest of the team. For example, the mango one is very, very good. And if you would like to get in on the Wraith Energy hype train, then you can do just that by going over to wraithEnergy.com and typing in code ONESIE at checkout. That's right, I've got code ONESIE. For the first time ever, I can say that. But yes, if you want to get yourself some Wraith Energy stuff, then go over and get yourself some and use code ONESIE at checkout for a big 10% off. But yes, thank you to Wraith Energy for sponsoring, and let's move on to the team builder, shall we? Now, if you want to skip straight over to the battle, then the timestamp on screen will show you where you need to skip forward to in the video to get right there. But if you want to know what I'm bringing this week and the team that I had to prep for this week, stick around, because my god, this team this week was scary as all hell to prep for, and is going to be very scary to play against. So the matchup will be on screen now, and as you can see, there is nothing but threat after threat after threat after threat. There is an Ursaluna, which is famously one of the most scary things in existence and basically has no switch-ins. There is a Quaquaval, which threatens to run absolutely riot if I don't bring the right Pokemon to answer it. There is a Hydreigon, which is one of the scariest wall breakers in the history of the game. There is a Kilowattrel, which is very fast and threatens to do some massive damage to me with its Terror. There is an Azelf, which can A, get up Stealth Rock, and B, fucking hit like a truck. There is a Goldengo, which can stop me from being able to defog away any hazards they decide to get up. And of course, there is an Enamorous Therian, which also hits like a monster and can switch into some of my biggest threats without having to worry. And I have to say, my draft this season is very scary in its own right, but it does not have many ways of responding to my opponent effectively. And that makes me very worried for this matchup. Now, in order to give myself the best chance of winning this game, I need to make certain assumptions on what Pokemon are going to come and which ones are not going to come in this matchup. For example, my opponent has a Quaquaval, which looks like it could go absolutely crazy against me if I allow it to set up, but I do have one of the hardest answers in the game to Quaquaval in Alomomola, which not only can take any hit in the world from Quaquaval, it can also get Rocky Helmet Chip and threaten it back with Stab Play Roughs. So I have to assume that that Quaquaval is not going to come, and my opponent is going to have seen my previous match and will know how well I used Alomomola in the last game. So, with that in mind, I predict my opponent is going to bring Ursaluna, Goldengo, Azelf, Enamorous Therian, Kilowattrel, and Hydreigon for this matchup. And in order to give myself the best possible matchup against those 6 Pokemon, I have made 3 changes off the bench for this matchup. The first of those 3 changes is going to be Sylveon. And the reason I'm bringing Sylveon is because having looked at the matchup, I am very scared that a Nasty Plot, Trailblaze, Azelf will go absolutely crazy against me, and I really don't want that to happen. So I'm bringing a specially defensive Sylveon this week with enough defense investment from full to take an Adamant Life Orb +1 Aqua Step from a Quaquaval if it manages to get itself set up. I believe this is the best way that I can bring Sylveon this week because it deals with Hydreigon, it deals with Azelf, it potentially deals with a non-Make It Rain Goldengo, and it can basically Wish Pass and keep my team healthy and keep momentum. So it's going to be a very useful bring here. I love Sylveon, it's one of my favourite Pokemon ever. I used it in my first ever Draft League game all the way back in 2014, and I am just so excited to bring Sylveon up in this day and age. Fernando is going to go absolutely crazy in this game, and hopefully will be able to help secure me the win. Now, while Sylveon is going to be a bit more defensive this week, the other switches I'm making off the bench are going to be a bit more offensive, and the first of those other switches is going to be King Louis himself, Rillaboom with a Choice Band, here to smack the shit out of my opponent. The main reason I wanted to bring Rillaboom this week with the Choice Band is because it's one of the few things that I have on my draft that is going to be able to one-shot Ursaluna from full health. Because Ursaluna, if I give it the time and space to fucking damage me, it's going to really cause trouble for my team. But at least with Rillaboom on the team, it gives me somewhat of a decent switch in into the ground moves, and also basically gives me the opportunity to smash the shit back. If I can pivot around and get Rillaboom in on Ursaluna, something is going to have to take chip. And I want things to take chip, and I want things to be able to be smashed by Rillaboom because I'm trying to set up for a specific late game sweep, which I will get onto in just a moment. But basically, the Choice Band Rillaboom Woodhammers are going to 2-hit KO absolutely everything on my opponent's team, except for the most physically defensive of Goldengos and most physically defensive of Enamorous Therians. And even if they do come physically defensive, I'm going to be able to get massive chip on them to enable my late game sweeper. And that late game sweeper is going to be my good buddy mascot himself, Wanzi the Bayonet. Oh, I've been so looking forward to bringing this guy. Now, I had a look at my opponent's team, and I realized that besides the Ursaluna, which is basically the hardest of hard counters, Wanzi over here, if I can get a late game situation where I have a little bit of chip on enough things, Bayonet with Terra Ghost, Choice Banded Shadow Sneaks are going to do at least 60% to everything. So all I need is a little bit of chip on certain threats, and I'm able to go ham with this Bayonet. If I can get rid of Ursaluna early, and I can chip my opponent's team well enough, I will be able to go absolutely ham with this guy. The 4 attacks we're bringing on this thing this week are going to be Shadow Sneak, Knock Off, Terra Blast, and Gunk Shot with Terra Ghost. Terra Blast just because it gives me a more reliable Ghost Stab in case I come up against some slower threats. For example, the Enamorous that I need to hit a little bit harder. Gunk Shot also hits that thing a little bit harder too. And Knock Off, of course, is just really good utility. So Bayonet is going to go absolutely crazy here if I'm able to get some chip on my opponent's team. Are we going to be able to do that? Well, not unless we can get rid of Ursaluna at some point throughout the game. But my next Pokemon is going to be tailored specifically just to do that. And that Pokemon is going to be Iron Hands, returning this week with a 4 attacks, max speed, max attack Shuka Berry variant. And the reason this guy is here is for, well, basically 2 reasons. The first reason is because I needed a lead that could match up fairly well against the majority of my opponent's decent leads. For example, Azelf, I can at least fake out it and then switch out into Sylveon. Kilowattrel, I can fake out it and then go for an attack. Ursaluna, I go straight for close combat. Hydreigon, I take a hit, then go for close combat or Drain Punch, and it just seemed like it was a very good lead to have in this game. If I'm able to scrap with an Ursaluna lead as well, that just opens the game up for Bayonet later to go absolutely crazy, and I thought that that was probably the best way to go. Fake Out is going to be very useful here for chipping things into range of Bayonet for the late game, and I think Iron Hands has a very important job here. We've got max speed just in case Ursaluna runs any kind of speed on it, or just in case the Enamorous Therian is trying to get the jump on me with a fast Moonblast. I want it to be max speed just to be able to outrun those guys. I didn't want to take any chances, and this Iron Hands is going to do a very good job for me and hopefully allow Bayonet to do its job too. But I always think it's important to have a plan B. And the fact of the matter is, I cannot guarantee that Ursaluna is going to go down even early. So I need to have another option just in case that doesn't happen. And just in case it doesn't, I've decided to bring a backup Terramon this week. That's right, Annie is sticking with us from week 1. And she's going Volt Switch, Terra Blast, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Terra Ice with a magnet this week. And the reason we're going Terra Ice is just so that we can hit Kilowattrel. Even though Kilowattrel is a Terra Captain for my opponent and probably is going Terra Water here, I feel like going Terra Ice gives me the best option to A, hit Kilowattrel, and B, hit Ursaluna. So we've got some options here, and basically it's just pick whatever I think is going to be the most important Terra. Hopefully it'll be Bayonet, but it might end up just being Jolteon, and if it is Jolteon, Jolteon still looks really, really good here. It outspeeds everything on my opponent's team, hits them all really, really hard with magnet-boosted electric attacks, and even has that ice coverage just in case it's needed. So yes, Annie here is going to be the backup Terra for this week. And the final member of the team is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo himself, Sue the Cinderace, who is here to form, once again, a very potent U-turn Volt Switch combination with Jolteon. Now, we've gone a high jump kick this week because it is able to hit 3 key things on my opponent's team. It can hit Ursaluna, it can hit Hydreigon, and it can hit Colossal, which is something that, besides Iron Hands, I don't really have too much for, so Cinderace gives me a nice option to hit that fairly hard. Now, it is a little bit risky. There is a Goldengo that can switch in on any suspected high jump kicks that might be aimed towards Ursaluna, but I think the reward outweighs the risk in this situation. If I'm able to get a high jump kick off on one of those 3 key targets, it will weaken them very significantly for Onesie to come in late game and clean up. But yes, game plan here. Chip my opponent's team down using U-turn Volt Switch, hitting key targets with key Pokemon, and we should be able to chip things into range for Onesie to clean up. Will that happen, or will we be bowled over by Blazeman? I guess it's time to find out. Welcome to Week 2.
Hello, friends, Romans, other various descriptors that aren't the 2 previously mentioned. Here we are, just waiting to get into the game with Blazeman and their very, very scary team. And I am very nervous about this one because they have a multitude of threats that I could not prep for every single one without playing a very balanced style. So I gave up on that idea and decided, hey, let's just bring double band this week and see what happens. The idea is just to try and break them down as early as I can as possible, and hopefully I can just do enough damage early game to get the late game sweep with either my Terra Ghost Banette, my Terra Ice Jolteon, or something else, basically, and we'll see how it goes. I am absolutely roasting today. It is very, very hot, and I am incredibly warm right now. There is a bit of a heat wave that has hit the UK for the past 2 days, and it's made sitting here and recording for you an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And I would love to sit here and record with my shirt off, but I have not done that since I was in university nearly 10 years ago. And that is a long time ago, and you don't need to see my bare chest, so let's not do that. Yes, we are here with Week 2, and yeah, we're just gonna hang around and wait for them to let us know that they are ready, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. So yeah, I will cut to when we are nearly in the battle, but yeah.
Scary times.
Okay, so we are searching. Am I going to be able to get to my battle music in time? And we're on Director Clavel. Oh, great. This is a great start. I am very scared. Oh, dear. Okay, they've brought... Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. They brought 5 of the Mons I expected, and 1 that I didn't. The one I didn't expect to see here was Quaquaval, because Quaquaval has a massive counter on my team in a la Momola. It literally hardwalls the thing. So I kind of gambled and thought they wouldn't bring it, but it should still be okay. I think my initial game plan here was to lead with Haymaker and try to get a kill, but I might have to leave Haymaker around and try and play a little bit differently here. So what I think we're going to do, I think we're still going to lead Haymaker, and we'll assess the damage from that point. This is not good. Okay, I mean, that was the game plan, but now I leave myself a little bit open to that Quaquaval. The good thing about it is that this Sylveon here is able to take a +1 Life Orb, Adamant Aqua Step at full health from a Quaquaval. So as long as I'm careful, this should be fine. There is a chance there is an Azelf lead, and if that is the case, I just fake out it and then get out of dodge. But it's scary times because I can't counter everything on my opponent's team. Scared. Let's turn the sound up a little bit. Yep, they led with the Azelf, which is not fantastic for me. But we do get to break a potential sash with this fake out right here. And they're going to click the easiest stealth rock of their life. Whereas I get to do a little bit of chip damage to this thing. The annoying part about this game is now that I did not bring an Iron Treads because I swapped it out last minute. So if they get rocks up, they're staying. Now I don't want this thing to kill... I can't let this thing kill Iron Hands. So I have to go hard out into my Sylveon right here. I pray to God I didn't double check what the ability on my Sylveon was. I'm pretty sure I gave it Pixelate. But if I didn't, then... it's my bad. Whoops. I'm scared. This is a really scary game. I have to go Sylveon here. Okay. Fernando comes out. Psychic. Okay, we made the right play. This is especially defensive. Okay, that does a fair chunk. Doesn't really have a swap here, because anything that wants to come in is going to take massive damage. My problem is they may... I haven't seen an item, but I know what my set is, so I need to do a little bit of in-game calcing right here and see how much that did and see if I can work out what set that was. So I'm like 168 special defense calm. That psychic did almost around 100, so that looks like it could just be a sash lead. And if it is, I think I can get away with just going for a hyper voice here and hitting whatever wants to come in. So this thing is a sash lead, which it could potentially be. Either that or it's a choice scarf. Then we'll see. We'll see. I think hyper voice is my safest play here. I do a big chunk to an Ursaluna, and then it gets to kill something. They are going to withdraw. Plank. That's the Goldengo. Okay. So this thing is a problem. It takes literally nothing. I'm not Babiri Berry, that's leftovers. Okay. I think what I want to do is go hard out into my Cinderace here. Those leftovers coming in a little bit clutch. I did swap this from Babiri Berry, but I think I go hard out into Sue over here. Because if it does go for a Nasty Plot or a Make It Rain or something, then Cinderace is going to take those fairly well. Ugh. My job in this game is just to chip down my opponent's team as much as possible. Getting a little bit of chip on that Azelf and a little bit of chip on this Goldengo at the start is very, very good. The Banette here can clean up as long as I can get rid of Ursaluna. Ursaluna goes down, I'm feeling a lot better. Ooh, this is going to be a very tough game. I'm having to play it turn by turn. Dearie me. Okay, Fernando is going to get the heck out of dodge. Didn't feel like taking a Make It Rain to the face. Sue comes out, and it goes for a Reflect. Okay. That's bad. That's very bad. Okay. That's not great right here. deal with this thing? I think I just have to try and smash it. That's all I can do right now. I am the heavy dutiest of the booties. The heavy duty booty. But that reflect is massive, because my only special attacker on this team is Jolteon. Granted, Jolteon does do a lot of work here with its Terror, but I need more chip before I'm able to really hurt it. I don't know if they're going to want to take this Pyro Ball, because even if through a reflect, it's going to do a massive chunk. But they might just go for their second screen. But this is leftovers. It's not light play. So it's only going to have 5 turns. I think I just have to go for the safe play. They are going to withdraw. I do outspeed whatever's going to come in except for the Kilowatt Roll. Hora! That's Ursaluna. Pyro Ball, yeah, it is immune to... Okay, it's gone bulletproof. That's actually okay. I don't mind that so much. Because now I get to hit it with the U-turn. And go out into my Rillabillaboom. And then just fire off a massive Wood Hammer. So, Libero! Become Bug. So yeah, we're going to go out into King Louis. King Louis is going to come out, King of the Jungle. Get that Grassy Surge. I'm expecting a Headlong Rush right here. Substitute. Okay. Okay. Interesting choice right here. Coda's just going to get that. It's leftovers as well. Okay. Okay. Interesting set. Question is, I think this thing survives 2 Wood Hammers. But I am banded, and I need to break this thing sub, like, now. So I have to Wood Hammer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. He's going to trade his substitute. Big Wood Hammer comes out. Oh, scary team. But damage on this Ursaluna is, like, the perfect thing I need right now. Body Slam. Please, no Para. I'm begging. I'm begging. No Para. Beautiful. Okay. Just going to get the double heal. I think I'm okay with trading a big Wood Hammer hit right here. I'm okay with trading that for King Louis. Because I don't have another switch in besides potentially going into Haymaker. And if I go into Haymaker, I'm literally just going to take a Body Slam, then take a ground move, because it's still got that Reflect up. So I think, now that I look at the team, they're all faster than me, besides this thing and the Enamorous. So, big choice banded Wood Hammer here. It is going to save it. Any opportunity to get the big damage off. Genbu comes out. That's this mother flipper. Whack does absolute F all. Okay. Okay. The Reflect's gone. I think I hit this thing again. No, I don't. What I do is I go out into Soothe. And I threaten it with a Gunk Shot. I don't think it Earth Powers me here. It might go for Agility, but then I live whatever hit it wants to go for afterwards. Because let's be real, it's probably going for Fairy Move or Mystical Fire right here. Both of those are resisted by Sue, so I might as well go for it. I could have stayed in and slammed it again, but all that would have done would be to just waste my Rillaboom here, and I feel like I might need it just to come in and get a big hit off later. Springtide Storm, okay. I'm going to get a little bit of health back, which is nice. Now I get to go for a super effective Gunka Shot. But it could make the hard switch. It could just do the Goldengo into... Yeah. I think what I do, I go for Gunk Shot here. Or do I just go for Pyro Ball? This thing hasn't revealed an item yet. I might just click the U-turn. Yeah, I might click the U-turn. Let's see what it wants to, what it's saying. Because if I can get a little bit of momentum in this game, you are going to withdraw. Okay, that gives me the game state back. Aguapato. Hello, it's me, Aguapato. Big bit of chip. So I am wearing the team down now. Chip on this thing is huge. So my King Louis, if I bring it back out here, I'm pretty sure... Oh, but if I bring it out, I need to double check my actual sets. I need to double check my speed tiers. I'm pretty sure these two speed tie. Rillaboom versus Quack. I'm pretty sure they're both 85. And I am, on this one, on this Rillaboom, I am Jolly Max. But if this thing is a Scarfer, which I do not know yet, I haven't seen an item. So I think Haymaker's probably the best bet for me right now. I mean, since I didn't lead with this thing, this is absolutely my best bet. The grassy terrain's gone. And now I've one-shot this thing. I think I just click CC here. I think that's what I do. So I'm pretty sure, unless this is Bulky Quack. Unless this is Bulky Quack, I should kill this thing right now with Haymaker. The 76 to 92 if it is bulky, so that's a massive roll in my favour, and I don't think... It might go the Dengo on this. My only concern... You know what? I don't have a concern here in clicking the close combats. If it goes the Dengo, you're going to U-turn on me, okay? So now, you've got to get this prediction game correct. Are you going to get this one correct? Either you go into the Dengo and you get it correct, which honestly kind of seems like the mid-ground play because it can take one because of the leftovers. But if I hit it with the Wild Charge here... This thing just gets a free Reflect Up if it does. Oh, awkward turns. Third times, come on. Thunderbird, take this close combat, mother flipper. Take this, take it in the face. Whack. Over half. I will absolutely take that. You're in range of a Shadow Sneak. Let's go Annie. Let's check if she's okay. Oh my god, are you okay? I said, are you okay? Oh my god, are you okay? Shimon! That's what I'm going to do every time I go into this Jolteon. I think right here, I'm going into Jolteon just to take a massive hit to the face, and I don't like that. So I think what I'm doing is I'm literally just pivoting. Literally just pivoting. Okay. It's probably going to Terra Water here. Yeah, okay. Think it's Terra Water? Probably going to be Terra Water. Yeah, Terra Water. Just what I thought. So that's fine. Absolutely fine. One for Hurricane, okay. Well, the good thing is, I know I outspeed and kill this thing from here. The question is... I might just pull the double switch here and go to King Louis. Because they're probably going to go hard into the Ursaluna. I hope to God they do. Because then King Louis gets a massive wood hammer on something. Yeah, okay, so we get the read on the double. King Louis gets in. Plank comes out. That's the Goldengo. Okay. So I have Stomping Tantrum to hit this thing, but I need to see what does more damage. I know I outspeed this thing by 1 point. Goldengo versus my Rillaboom, King Louis the Fifth. My Woodhammer, if this is not bulky, will do over half, and Stomping Tantrum will do like 98.7. But if I go Stomping Tantrum, it gives a completely free switch to Genbu, the Enamorous Therian. So I might just click Woodhammer here as it sets... Oh, this is such an awkward turn. Because I can't really go into Cinder. I can't really do much here. I think I just Woodhammer and let King Louis just go down at this point. I've got the hands. You are going to withdraw. We've stayed in and we've clicked Woodhammer. Genbu comes out. No Reflect. So that's nice. We get to claim this thing, I think. Woodhammer comes out. Smash. Over half. I think that's a roll to kill. I think that's now a roll to kill, so that's exactly what we're doing now. We're going to click it again. I'm not sure why they went out into that thing on me. Maybe they just didn't want chip on Goldengo. Maybe because they know at full they can live a hit from Burnett. See, the big things I want chip on, being the Ursaluna and the Goldengo, haven't got the right amount of chip on them yet. King Louis is literally just coming in and smashing Woodhammers all over the place, which is really nice. It's exactly what I wanted to, have it do. It's putting in a lot more work than I expected it to. Okay, so the Enamorous is dead. So King Louis claims. We're going to get a little bit of health back to offset the recoil. I think at this point, goes out into Kilowattrel, and it clicks U-turn. Do I let King Louis go down at this point? Aladdin. That's Azelf. Okay. I think this thing's clicking U-turn. And as such, a designated switch to it is Fernando. Do I just let King Louis go down at this point? We've got rid of the Enamorous. I think Burnett lives one, But my situation is I don't want to have to go... I could pivot back. I could literally do out into Burnett, then back out into King Louis and hit a massive Woodhammer on something else. But I think what I'd rather do... at this point, I think I'd rather trade Sylveon. I'd rather trade Sylveon for some damage on that Ursaluna, but it's really good speed on it. I think I just have to make the safe play. I think Fernando has to be my switch. I think if I stay in, it kills me with U-turn anyway. At least if I do this, I can get a big Hyper Voice off on that Ursaluna, because it is bulletproof. Psychic. Okay. Now at this point, I'm getting double healing because of the terrain, which is very nice. And next turn, after I try and hit that Goldengo... Actually, do I just click Baton Pass? I click Baton Pass right here. Stealth Rock. Oh, you bastard! Okay, well played. Those are very good rocks right there. I almost clicked Shadow Ball on you. You were willing to let that go down. That's really irritating. Okay. Do I just go onesie? Do I just go onesie? I think I just go onesie. And then hit the sneak. And then if I do that, then he's going to go out into Ursaluna and I have to pick a sack and Ursaluna clicks substitute and I end up losing 2 mons to it. Whereas my other option is I go Annie. I check if she's okay. I say a nice little Shimon to it. I could just click the Terror here, actually. Because I don't know at this point whether I actually need to keep Burnett as my Terror user. If I click the Terror... Click the Terror. I can hit Ursaluna. Everything else is chipped to a very significant degree. I think Terra Jolt right now is my play. But Terra Jolt... Actually, no, if I don't... If I Terra Jolt and click Terra Blast, I think that's probably my play. Or do I? Am I trying to... I think he's letting this thing go down. I think he's letting this thing go down. So I actually... Shadow Ball. Shadow Balling. You are not letting it go down! That's so irritating! Clank. Oh, I hit this! That's huge! That's huge. That is absolutely huge. We are terroring. Terror Ice. Okay. We are going to smack this thing with a big Shadow Ball. Hopefully it's a two-coat. It's not. Oh, it's really irritating. Okay. Now I'm clicking Volt Switch. It is good though. I have just got more chip on the Goldengo. So now we Volt. Do we Volt? Do we Volt? I think we Volt. But let's be real. If they're for real right now, they go Ursaluna. They might set up a light screen or something, actually. So if this connects, I go for the Cinderace switch. It is going to connect. Big damage. Big extra chip. They realise I'm not Specs. I go for the Cinderace. Do I go King Louie and let it... Why am I going to go King Louie right now when I can just go Cinderace? Okay. Okay, here's what we're doing. We're going to go Cinderace. It might just click Recover. If it doesn't click Recover, it's going to go Shadow Ball. Okay, it makes the prediction on me. It's going to hurt. Ugh. It's going to get the lefties. Oh, just going to click U-turn, I think. I think that's the play. I can let something go down at this point. I just don't want him going hard out into that Ursaluna right now. I can't click High Jump Kick on a Mon that's just going to stay in and do that. Maybe clicking Pyro Ball into High Jump Kick was the play. Maybe. Maybe that was the play. Okay, I have got the initiative. They have made the switch. Aguabato. So that's going to take another big chunk. Okay. Okay. Problem is, I've got to go hands here. And I think I go hands and click Wild Charge. Because I've got to put some physical pressure on it. I'm going to click Wild Charge. Just in case they go to the Dengo. Just in case the Dengo shows up. Oh, but I can't risk it. I've got to go Fake Out. I've got to go Fake Out. If a Dengo comes in, I then kill it. I think Fake Out's more... No, we Drain Punch. We've got to Drain Punch. If the Dengo comes in, I will then Wild Charge. And I'm going Drain Punch just in case the Kilowattrel comes in, just in case this thing decides to stay in and hit me, because it's going to go for a close combat if it does stay in. They are going to switch. It's going to be Aladdin. That's the Azelf. That's going to take this pretty badly. But I am going to get a nice little big chunk of HP back. Not quite back to full, but that will help out for later. I think I sack someone here. I don't think it's Sue. I mean, I've got the hardest of Fernandos right here who can take every single thing this wants to do. And at this point, I think I'm okay with trading Fernando for some hyper voice damage. It is the Pixelate. I should have realized that earlier because I hit the friggin' Goldengo. Yeah, I think I've done it every time. I can't risk staying in here because if I take this big Psychic to the face with no investment in special defense, then I just lose Iron Hands and then I risk the Quack without going a bit too crazy. So I'd rather come in, take a Psychic, yeah. And I think at this point, with how much health the Goldengo's at, maybe I wish. Why would I wish here? If I wish, it 2-hit KOs me, so I have to click something. Maybe he goes into the Luna? I tried to Baton Pass on it last time, and I'm pretty sure that Ursaluna is going to be running some speed investment, but it would have to be running a significant chunk to outrun Sylveon here, so I think maybe Hyper Voice is my play. I think that's what I do. Yeah, it's going to stay in Psychic. I would have 2-hit KO'd me. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't click the Wish. We're going to Hyper Voice. Now I do risk giving the Quack a free kill here. But I do have my good pal Iron Hands in the back, who's at a big significant chunk of health. That Quackwaval cannot beat me while I have Iron Hands and Banette alive. I'm going to go into Plank. I'm going to hit you. I'm not sure what you're trying to plan here. I'm shadow balling. Okay, we can scrap with this thing 1v1. We can just keep going for these shadow balls. Because we're both going to recover from it. I've seen Recover. I've seen Shadow Ball. That looks like a specially defensive set to me. Ideally, I want this thing to go down. Right here, right now. I want this thing dead. Maybe I click Baton Pass just in case it tries to hit me with Shadow Ball and it dies. Like maybe it tries to go for Shadow Ball. No, I think I've got to stop this thing trying to get itself back to full. You're going to hit me with Shadow Ball. This might not kill. It doesn't. That's actually pretty huge for me, because now I'll get another one off. Might get a Spadef drop. No, don't get it. Okay. Goldengo... This thing's a problem. It might just try to recover on me now. It might just try and recover on me now. I think that's probably what it's going to do, but I have to keep going for these Shadow Balls. I have to try and keep this thing low. It's going to go for Recover. Okay. That's fine. Absolutely fine. I need to keep some damage on this thing. Okay. Around half. Around half. That is fine. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to pass a Wish into anything here. Shadow Ball probably kills me from this range. Might be a roll in his favor. I think I just have to go for it. Yeah, I think that's what we do. Reflect. Okay. I mean, sure, I guess. So it is Reflect, it's Recover, it's Shadow Ball. There's the Spadef drop. That's what we like. Now I can't recover spam on me anymore. Now I actually think I kill it. But I don't want to kill this thing right now. I'm clicking Baton Pass because I think he's going to try and switch on me. Yes! Get in! Coda. Forced the, I got lucky with the hacks. It forced this game state. But now I have Sylveon just gaining momentum for me. Sylveon, huge. If I can get Chip, I think we go King Louie. Because at this point, a big hit with Woodhammer is more than I could get out of any other Mon right here. This forces damage on something. I didn't expect this Rillaboom to... When I saw the lineup, and I saw 3 or 4 things that outsped it, I didn't expect it to be doing anywhere near as much work as it is right now. But if I can get a big, chunky damage bang on something... We love a big, chunky damage bang. I've got 2 dead. This is a kill or massive damage on this thing. Hopefully you give me the damage on this thing. You might sack your Dengo. Maybe Dengo lives through Recover. I don't know. Either way, I have to hit this thing with the Woodhammer. Oh, this is such an awkward game. This is such an awkward game. Because I'm literally just trying to position myself at a point where I can't lose to his big threats. Okay, Coda's coming out. And we're going to see Plank come back in. I think it lives this. Resisted and Reflect. Honk. But I know I outspeed it. I know for a fact I outspeed this Goldengo. Because I am max speed Jolly. Even through your Recover and your Woodhammer, your Recover and your leftovers and all the recovery and the reflect and stuff, I'm pretty sure I still win. I still kill this. So it's got Reflect for 2 turns. If I kill this thing right here, goes out into whack. Okay. Dengo's down. Dengo is mother flipping down. Okay. So, it all comes down to this. I think I have control of this game right now. I think I can play the sack game. So Aguapato is going to come out. It's a decent amount of health. Got Reflector. This thing kills me. Don't think Aqua Step kills me. You've got 1 turn of Reflect. If it bulk ups, I think I still kill it through. I have to go for the attack. I have to go for it. This thing kills me. I go hands. Gonna close combat. That's fine. Fine. Defense is dropped. It did outspeed me. It is Moxie. I haven't seen what this thing's set is. It doesn't have a speed boost on it yet. I've got to go to the safe play and go to hands. And what I do is I go to hands and I immediately click CC. CC will kill this thing. Do I click Drain Punch? Does a Drain Punch kill this thing? Let's calc that, shall we? Let's find out right during the game whether we are going to be able to kill this thing. The Quaquavel. Quaquavel! Drain Punch at -1 defense. If this thing has no investment, we'll kill. I think I fake out into Drain. I think that's what I do. I fake out into Drain. Because this thing might just... It's not? Okay. Okay. Thunderbird! I don't think I kill this with the fake out. But, oh, that's so irritating. Right. Okay. My grass is gone. Gotta pick a sack here. I think it's gonna be Fernando. We pick the sack. Fernando, I'm sorry, mate. You're not of use to me right now. If this thing clicks U-turn, I get to just hyper voice a bunch of times. Terra Blast. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I am fine with that. Let the kilo get the kill. Let the kilo get the kilo. And then we go into... Look at this and click Terra Blast. It will kill. We go Haymaker. Gotta go Haymaker. I gotta click Fake Out. Gotta do it. Like Drain Punch, because it might switch into... No, what happens is right here, you click, you switch your... You shoot your shot, basically. I get chip on something here. All I need is to scrap with Ursaluna with this thing, come out on top, and the game is over, because Burnett will kill everything left. And then we get to say we got some kills with a non-terror Burnett, and that will make me very happy. Non-terror, non-mega Burnett. Fake out. Okay, this thing goes down. That's excellent. That's what we want to see. We get the fake out kill. Iron Hands the monster. Floyd Mayweather, the Haymaker himself, comes out and smacks it in the face with a 30 base power move. So Coda comes out. Okay. Now I am max speed. I will probably outspeed this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click Drain Punch into close combat. Unless this is Jolly Max speed, which I'm not sure it is because it's bulletproof, I'm clicking Drain Punch. Oh, did this thing have left? This thing's leftovers, right? So I'm pretty sure I kill it in one. It might have some investment. So what we're going to do, I think I'm right. I think I'm right by clicking Drain Punch right here. Over half. 2 Drain Punches kills. It's going to hold up. Okay, that's fine. Now we CC. Now we CC. Bulk up sub. Body slam. Yep, we outspeed and KO. We're now at full health. We may be -1. I don't know what that Quaquavel set is. It might kill us with a close combat, but if it does, I am certain that Burnett... No, I can't. Right, let's think this through clearly. Aguapato. Right, this thing could be really dangerous for me. How do I win this the safest way possible? I'm pretty certain I am able to live a hit from this thing unless it's choice banded. If it is choice banded and it kills me with a close combat, then Burnett wins afterwards. So, wild charge. Yeah, don't overcomplicate it. Aqua Step. That won't kill. Yep, not even half. GG! GG Blazeman. That is going to be a 4-0 victory for our Week 2 game of the PDD. Oh, that felt good. That felt very, very good. That was a very difficult game. I tried to play my absolute hardest to try and give myself a chance. So, GG, Robert. Really good game. Your team is absolutely crazy. The fact that I didn't even bring Burnett out once just because I wasn't given a free turn to do so. You kept your Ursaluna around the best you could, and you played around it beautifully. I am so happy to have got this game out of the way. And yeah, all I could say is GG, my friend. Thank you very much for the amazing game, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Oh my lord. Let's go. Let's freaking go. 2-0. Let's go.